Hey guys, Buffin Gaming back bringing another video today for our favorite weapon series, and today we're going to be covering the Spetsnaz Tactical AK-15 build that I made today, and I was using it in multiplayer. So we'll go ahead and show you how to build this, what base blueprint I'm using, as well as jump into the gameplay so you can see how it handles in a multiplayer game. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So here we have the final design for our Spetsnaz Tactical AK-15. Now, at base, I'm using a Steel Curtain blueprint, so let me go ahead and back out. We'll go to our armory here and select the Steel Curtain to start with. Now, you can start with the base AK-47 or any other blueprint you have. I just prefer the Steel Curtain just because it does cosmetically change up the weapon a little bit, mainly being the dust cover as well as the pistol grip. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. I'll link the videos down below where I go over that in more detail if you're interested. The original AK-15 conversion video, I go over all the changes with this blueprint versus the basic AK-47, as well as all the AK-47 build. I'll link down below. So I'm using the Steel Curtain blueprint to start with this, that you can unlock via the Warriors code in the barracks for the challenges right now. So I'll link that down below. Now what we're going to do is strip this, so you can start with any other AK-47. We'll just build it from scratch. First off, we're going to start with the Tactical Suppressor. Since we're going for a tactical build, we want to play with this as such. We'll go ahead and put on the Tactical Suppressor, going to assist with the sound suppression, and the cons being ADS speed as well as aim walking steadiness. So put that on there. Now the barrel, one of the key attachments, we want the Spetsnaz Elite barrel, so this gives us the more modernized AK look, and it's going to put on the Midwest Industries M-Lock handguard to the weapon. Now the pros here being the damage at range as well as the bullet velocity, the con being the ADS speed, which will mitigate a little bit elsewhere. Put that on. Now we're going to skip on the laser as well as the optic, and the stock, we're going to go ahead and select the FSS close quarter stock, so this is going to assist with the ADS speed, as well as the con here being the aiming stability. And this is overall going to help us give us that more modernish AK look. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. Skip out on the perk as well as the rear grip, since this blueprint comes with an AK-12 rear grip or pistol grip on the weapon already, so we don't need to worry about trying to fix the wooden pistol grip on the weapon. Now the ammunition, again, we want to go for the more modernized AK look here, and this old rustic 30-round magazine isn't going to do it, so we're going to go ahead and want the 40-round Spetsnaz mag. This is going to go ahead and give us the 10 extra rounds in the magazine of the 7.62 by 39, and the cons here being the ADS speed as well as the movement speed, since we do have a little bit more ammunition in the magazine. Go ahead and put that on. And now the underbarrel, since we've taken a couple hits to the ADS speed, we don't want to take any more by putting a different underbarrel attachment on. So we're going to go ahead and put the Commando foregrip. This is going to assist with the recoil stabilization as well as the aiming stability. The con here being the movement speed. So the Commando foregrip as well as the Tactical foregrip are the only two underbarrel attachments that you get here that do not impact negatively your ADS speed. But the Commando foregrip is going to be better over the Tactical, considering the Tactical only assists with the aim and stability and the movement speed, whereas the Commando helps you out with the recoil stabilization and the aim and stability, and the con being the same as the Tactical foregrip being the movement speed. So go ahead and select that, and that is our final design, building this from scratch for a more modern AK-15 Tactical Spetsnaz look. Now for the camouflage, I'm going to go ahead and put on, I'm going for more of a Spetsnaz woodland or fall look here, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the marshland camouflage. Another one that I like in the woodland category is going to be the canopy. That's also very close to a Spetsnaz fall type camo. We can go ahead and select that. Another good camouflage that I like outside of the marshland is going to be in the splinter category, and this is the Autumn Dazzle, which is very close to a Spetsnaz red type camouflage. If anybody played Medal of Honor Warfare, you know what I'm talking about, or Warfighter, Medal of Honor Warfighter. You'll remember some of these camos from that game. So this is kind of closely representing that Spetsnaz red from Warfighter. And you have some different ones here. The Ruins could also be a decent Spetsnaz type camo as well. So you have a couple different options, but again, we're going to go with the Marshland for more of a Spetsnaz woodland or fall look to the weapon. And that is our final design. So this is the AK-15. Going for the tactical look, and we'll jump into the gameplay here, and we'll see that we are playing with it very tactically. We're playing here on Vacant, headquarters on Vacant, and we're playing very tactical with this. I'm moving a little slower than I typically would. I'm aiming down sights when I'm rounding corners, pieing the corners, checking my corners, just playing very tactically, watching the flank, and trying to use it as such. And the tactical suppressor definitely, I think, helps out a lot, just keeping my sound suppression down. Obviously, it just allows me to hear what's going on, especially when I'm firing. There's a couple instances where I downed quite a few folks in a row, just because I'm able to still hear them in between my firing. If I didn't have a suppressor on there, obviously the sound from the rounds going off would be a little bit louder, and we wouldn't be able to really hear our surroundings as much. So that suppressor definitely helps. Of course, the tactical suppressor giving us that overall tactical look. But I really like this particular build of the AK, given the Steel Curtain blueprint, because it does give us that more modern look overall to the weapon, like the AK-15. So in real life, I'll link the videos down below again where I go over all this, but in real life, this is more of an AKM, a modernized AKM. You have the Midwest Industries handguard being the M-lock handguard on the weapon, AK-12 pistol grip. We still have a rib dust cover and a stamped receiver on this weapon. The gas block is not 90 degrees like we would want to see on the AK-15 and AK-12 platform, and there's a lot of significant differences to this weapon. In single player, the Steel Curtain is called the AK-12 though, so by in-game standards, this would be an AK-15. However, I would really like to see a actual AK-12 15 blueprint added in the game eventually for this weapon. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, as well as other blueprints such as the XM8 for the Holger 26 that I would like to see. But a good example would be yesterday's video where we covered the Undertaker blueprint for the Striker 45, where we turned the Striker 45, which in real life is the LWRC, into the UMP 45 from H&K. If you remember that from MW2 as well as MW3, the Undertaker blueprint allows you to cosmetically change that weapon from the LWRC into the H&K UMP 45. So significant changes to that weapon cosmetically with that blueprint. So that's something I would really like to see going forward. Now, the Steel Curtain blueprint did a decent job of that, but again, you can basically make this exact same weapon just with the pistol grip missing, as well as you have a different dovetail attachment on the weapon with the base AK-47 than you do with the Steel Curtain, and then the side-mounted rail would be different as well. So some minor changes there, but again, I'd really like to see an actual AK-15 or an AK-12 blueprint added for the AK-47 to give us a proper modern AK platform in the game. So let me know down below what you think. What kind of build do you typically run with the AK? What kind of attachments do you like? I opted to not run a sight on this just to help keep a more modern tactical look, as well as be able to control my recoil, since the recoil and the ADS speed is something that plays a major role with this weapon. So the way we have it set up here, you can see the ADS speed is fine. It's not very slow at all. Typically in the past, I've run some builds that's very slow, but I wanted to have different sights on there, like a thermal hybrid or something along those lines. And here I opted to just go with iron sights. And the iron sights are actually very manageable on this weapon. I'm able to pick people off from decent range with this gun, as well as being that it is a larger round, being the 7.62 by 39. It really only takes a few shots on target in your initial burst to drop an enemy. So you'll see a couple good examples of that, especially with that 45 or the 40 round mag. You'll be able to drop multiple enemies at once. There's one instance here in the game where I'm going down one of the hallways in Vega, and I think I take out 4 guys in a row just because I had the extra magazine capacity here, as well as the ADS speed and the fact that we're playing tactically and pieing those corners and watching where we're going and listening to our footsteps. So definitely plays a major role. Overall, I love this particular setup for the AK. This is something I'll probably be running more so in multiplayer than Warzone, just because obviously it's not built for longer range engagements. It's more so your medium range engagements that you would typically engage with in assault rifle, especially without the optics on here. You're not going to want to engage any further than what we're doing in this map. So go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of this weapon. What kind of blueprints do you want to see come to Season 2 and beyond? Also have to see, I'll be doing giveaways when Season 3 drops, or when we hit 15,000 subscribers. I believe Season 3 is supposed to drop in 11 days or so, but given that we've had some major updates, and as well as this week's update being delayed because of, I'm sure, something to do with maybe not being able to push out updates because everyone's basically ordered to work from home. So we have all the developers really developing from home, and maybe there's some sort of impediment with getting into the office and being able to push some of these updates or get the work done on time. So I'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's not an impact, but again, we'll go ahead and subscribe and like the video to stay tuned for future giveaways. And again, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified, and go ahead and like the video. It helps out the smaller channels like me. And we're approaching 13,000, so we're getting there. I really appreciate all the support, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the gameplay for this. Got a few more minutes of the gameplay to run here. And let me know down below what you think of this AK-15 build. So I am Buffner Gaming. This is the Tactical Spetsnaz AK-15. Until next time, Buffner Gaming, out.
UAV overhead. HQ contested. 30 seconds. Time's up. Move your asses. They're capturing the HQ.
Back alley.
HQ is on. No reinforcements available.
Enemy in the courtyard.
HQ, reinforcements inbound. Next HQ up. Get ready. Cruise missile, go for launch. Enemy UAV. Allied cruise missile away. UAV overhead. Location
Impact, no hit.
HQ is online, secure it. Enemy on the HQ. That's it, we've lost the objective. I expect better.